Fort Gardner neighborhood along the Everett waterfront rests the Forgotten Creek Natural Area. The park's name was once quite appropriate. For years, it served as a dumping ground for unwanted appliances and an assortment of junk. It was truly forgotten until Bob Jackson did something about it.
You could stand on the sidewalk up above and look down to the creek level and see all the decades worth of garbage.
It wasn't the only eyesore down here. Ivy and weeds were destroying this little 5-acre forest.
These trees were just covered with ivy, and the ivy's wrecking the trunks. It's putting weight on the trees and sometimes pulling them down.
So Bob Jackson led a group of volunteers, the Friends of Forgotten Creek, to fix the various problems in this wooded corridor. What began as a neighborhood cleanup project back in 2002 evolved into a massive restoration campaign.
When I first came down here in 2002, I just noticed the trash, but after I became trained in native plant identification and restoration and so forth, I noticed a lot more than I used to. And it's kind of gratifying to come down here. And now we probably have 60 or 70 different species of plants that we can find in here. You sure hear birds. If you walk through here slowly, you can hear the sound of the water.
None of that was possible before Bob Jackson and the Friends of Forgotten Creek transformed this natural area by hauling tons of garbage out of the ravine and removing invasive ivy and weeds.
As soon as you see the ivy taken off the ground, as soon as we got it off these slopes, stuff like this fringe cup would come back.
And what's so terrible about ivy?
The problem with ivy is, since it didn't start here, it doesn't have any natural predator. There is no control on the ivy, and it just chokes off all the other plants that are supposed to be here. Those plants are food for insects that feed birds, that feed animals. So if you get these weeds out of here, the stuff that really should be growing here comes back pretty easily.
Bob and the Friends of Forgotten Creek aided Mother Nature by planting thousands of trees, shrubs, and wetland plants in the reserve.
Yeah, this is what we're hoping it's going to become, a cedar forest like this. These are young ones, but if we come back in another 150 years, they'll look pretty nice.
A new pedestrian trail was opened through the 5-acre site, complete with steps, boardwalk, and small bridges that usher you over Forgotten Creek. It took 8 years, more than $60,000 in various grants and fundraising campaigns, and a countless number of work parties to make this forest come alive. But to Bob Jackson, it's worth every penny and minute.
This is my neighborhood, my city. These little pockets are little jewels, and that's my little getaway, is to come down here. And I think other people that have started using this since we've made the access trail go all the way through find the same little getaway. Well, I think we're all just so busy with our lives here that these little trips that you can take through a wetland like this slow us all down, make us a little bit more aware of where we are, and put things in a little bit better perspective, perhaps. They're just little green spots that are a reminder of what was here before we showed up.
They are reminders Bob Jackson hopes will never be forgotten. Angela Russell, Cairo 7 Eyewitness News.